1, 2, 3.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of ChitChat Takeout. I'm your host, ZenPho.
I'm Meg.
And this week we got a couple announcements I want to go over before we move forward. ChitChat Takeout will no longer just be ChitChat Takeout anymore.
Nope.
As of next week, we're expanding our content, going into some more gaming on Meg's side and going more techie for me. ChitChat Takeout will still exist as a podcast. And yeah.
We're also going to do as well.
We haven't decided if that's going to be a podcast or not, like how we want to structure that.
Yeah, we haven't quite figured out how we want to do that. But yeah, I'm super excited for the new changes because I get to do gaming. Woohoo!
Yeah, and I get to do tech. Which I've already finished the first script for that, actually. You can... It's fine. Mike can pick it up. We can change that in editing.
Hopefully, we're still waiting on the sound equipment, so hopefully we'll get that soon, and we'll be sitting in more comfortable accommodations here soon, and better sound quality.
I don't know if it's more comfortable than where you're sitting, but...
No, whoops, I didn't mean to knock my mic there. Yeah, I'm sitting pretty comfy right now, because our new setup requires me to sit in my gamer's chair right now. Just had the whole rearrangement happen last week, so...
And I'm just sitting in a regular dining room chair. Doesn't even have arms on it.
I'm sorry. Alright.
But, last week's episode, we had a little bit of a audio issue with it.
Yep.
Hopefully it's resolved for this week.
Hopefully.
We will be redoing the anime episode at some point. We're going to add it to the or it's added to the schedule. We just have to get to that point in it now.
Yep. Yeah, and we're kind of going to revise some stuff on it as well. Good that we did that at 10:30 at night.
Was it only 10:30? It felt a hell of a lot later than that.
It might have been closer to 11. Yeah, that was not a fun day. Never again. I will take that in consideration next time.
I knew it. I called it too. It's only going to take a couple hours, Meg said. Okay, I said, sure it is.
And we're still technically not done. I've still got cable management to do on my brand new TV that I just bought tonight. I'm so happy right now.
And the box of Cat 5.
Yeah, there's Cat 5. I'm using it as a kind of footrest right now.
Alright, I need to rerun that freaking cable. I can't figure out where the hell the break-in is.
I actually think it's the adapter to the Switch. I have it like a USB to Ethernet adapter from my Switch, and I think it's that. I don't think it's...
Well, no, because even with my tester, one line, it was the fourth cable just wasn't coming through no matter how far I cut it down.
Yeah.
And I think it's just cut somewhere in the middle of it, and I can't find where, so I'm just ripping it out, and I'm going to run a new one.
Yeah. So that was kind of a good little... So yeah, here's a story for you. So ZenPho and I went to McDonald's the other weekend. We tend to go there quite a bit now because of spicy nugs. And while we're...
Not advertisement.
Right.
Big letters right here, just not advertisement.
Right. And we're sitting in the drive-thru about to pay, and I just see this like piece of paper in the window about the new Pokémon card toys. And I have seen videos on it. I've been seeing like top 10 trending pages of YouTubers who have bought like 20 Happy Meals just for Pokemon cards.
See, I hadn't heard of it till we saw
the sign.
Notice. Yeah,
so
I didn't know Pokemon was that big again.
The sign had said something along the lines you only could buy... What was it? Like
you can buy 10 Happy Meals in order to get the Pokemon cards, you had to buy the full Happy Meal due to limitations. You could buy 10 Happy Meals at a time per visit, and visits had to be 2 hours apart.
Right. And I'm like, you have to be that strict on buying a Happy Meal? Even if you bought 10 Happy Meals, you're getting 40 friggin' nuggets or 10 burgers out of it. Like, jeez, bro, that's not even including all the fucking fries you're getting. and apples and whatever drinky dirt you're gonna get with it. I was just like, what is this? So, then ZenPho actually started something at Target, and we actually started something at Walmart as well. There was absolutely no cards. Like,
No,
none.
there was like 2 packs of Magic cards and I think some baseball cards.
Not even no, Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Were they Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
I think they were Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, wow. Yu-Gi-Oh's a sport, right? That was close.
Yeah, sure. And there's just no Pokemon, like hardly any Magic. Usually the Magic section at Walmart,
Well,
yeah,
it's
kind of
been pretty
scarce,
bare.
but there's at least one commander deck and maybe one
There's
starter
usually,
kit there.
well, not necessarily starter kit, but one box.
Yeah.
For it. I'm kind of scared to go up to the actual game store.
Yeah.
See what they look like.
We have like a local card shop here. And
we have 2.
yeah, we do have 2. But yeah, we've been to like one here.
I've been to both.
Well, technically have we been to both?
No, I've been to both.
You've been
I
to
used
both.
to play at the one down the road.
Oh, that's right. I
Years
thought
ago.
he was talking about the sports guy, which we'll talk about here in a minute.
Oh yeah, that's a different kind of card shop.
But he was selling Magic and
yeah, he does, but his primary thing is
right.
Yeah, it's sports.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about card shortages today. So, I think people can figure it out. It's because of COVID.
Even still, where the hell are you people getting all this money, by the way?
Stimulus checks.
Even so, do you know how much a box of freaking Magic cards is?
Yeah, I know.
They're like $50 just for the base kit. That doesn't include like you go and buy one of the older ones or something. You're looking at $145 for the box.
But I think what people are doing is trading it like stocks. Like they're buying the cards, selling the more rare cards,
right,
and getting their money, and then buying more Pokemon cards or whatever card collection you're into at the time.
That one still boggles my mind that Pokemon's made a comeback.
Yeah,
like that.
It's crazy, and it's like our age group, maybe a little bit older, that is like 100% into this.
I mean, Pokemon came out when I was a kid. Like,
right.
Don't get me wrong. I still play the Pokemon games.
Right.
Like, I like Pokemon, but god damn it with the cards again.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, I wasn't into the actual card games. I was more into like the anime stuff and whatnot. Yeah, I wasn't really into the trading cards, but I was into the animes and stuff as a kid. But I remember, people were playing Pokemon, and there was a couple of my friends who were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't that much of a popularity versus what Pokemon was when I was a kid.
See, I was the opposite where I was. It was Pokemon, the TV show was big.
Right.
The toys were big. The cards weren't so much. Everybody played Yu-Gi-Oh, though.
Right.
Like, everybody played Yu-Gi-Oh.
And then I think high school was when I started seeing more Magic cards, and I definitely started a lot more when I was in college. We even had a dedicated group who played Magic together, and like they were super into it. But also, they would get free cards out of it, so they liked it all the freaking time.
We had a group that would play Magic too. We didn't get free cards though.
No, well, all the money. I'm not gonna explain the logistics of how my college did it, but pretty much what would happen, it would come out of the student funding of them buying a drafting bots, and then they would draft the bots, and then hold a tournament, and then they get to keep whatever cards they drafted. So.
See, we didn't have drafts or anything like that.
Yeah.
Our tournaments, if you won a tournament, you would just get I think it was like $20 to the school store.
Right.
So you could buy food.
So.
Overpriced food. Overpriced frozen food.
So yeah, it's like this humongous, like, now it's kind of like a gotcha game, because it's like everybody is, it's like TikTok, there's a bunch of people like doing fancy polling of cards and going ballistic if they get on one of the ultra rare holographic ones. And
I've seen, like, years ago I saw people doing that with like Pokemon cards, which they'd open the old, like, original Pokemon card packs and see.
But that stuff has skyrocketed. It's crazy nowadays.
The price has skyrocketed too.
Oh yeah, like, you think freaking computer parts are ridiculous, and game consoles getting ridiculous to buy. Freaking.
So the price on the game consoles isn't going up. It's just
no, it is. So
really?
I watched the State of Play yesterday, and I started the Final Fantasy VII remake trailer, and I really was like, do I want to pay for a PS5 right now after I just spent $1,000 on a new PC? And I looked, and they're about $800 right now.
Isn't that what they were? Well,
no,
was that first party or was that third party?
No, that's not first party. You can't. If I want to buy a PS5 now, it's gonna be like $800, and that's not included if that company would have it in stock. But the retail price on the disc drive version is $600, and then on the digital edition it's $500. So
you just can't buy retail.
I just can't buy retail right now. There's no way.
Well, not just you. Nobody can.
Yeah, nobody can. It's impossible.
I mean, I'm sure if like Dwayne The Rock Johnson or somebody famous was like, "Hey, I want a PS5," somebody would.
I guarantee that PS5 or PlayStation and Xbox probably has a back stock of consoles just in case of warranties and stuff like that. Sorry, folks.
And you got to imagine they got all the parts to replace one if it breaks. They must have all the parts to build another one if it breaks.
There is some rumor that possibly around summer that maybe it will get back to a reasonable state of buying a console, but I highly doubt it. I already kind of talked myself out of it. I'm not buying a PS5 right now.
And around summer, they're also supposedly coming out with a graphics card that is unhackable and can't be used for mining. Which I know this is way off topic, but Jesus fucking Christ, do not claim something is unhackable. That is an open invitation.
They already done it.
I know they did, but that's a goddamn open invitation. As soon as you say that, there's some dude sitting in his chair somewhere going, "Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You want to bet?"
Yeah. But yeah, I talked myself out of not buying PS5 because I'm probably going to get ported to the PC anyways, according to what people think. So
everything's eventually going to get ported
to PC.
Because eventually they're going to realize consoles just aren't worth it.
Right.
Keep making the controllers. Controllers are fucking great. I love using a controller for gaming.
I bought Valhalla for my computer, and I was using an Xbox controller, like a first party Xbox controller, and I'm like, I kind of want to go back to my PS4 controller because it felt, there's something about it just doesn't align with my hands. I used to be an Xbox controller person, but then I got a PS4, like.
See, I have the opposite results. If I've tried to play your PlayStation, and it's like I can't freaking figure it out. In my hand, it's like my muscle memory is the word. My muscle memory is not made for the PlayStation. It's made for the Xbox. So if I see,
X.
hit X on the screen, my thumb's going over here.
I had the same mistake last night too because I kept trying to click X, and I'm like, but X is not A. So, and then no game started with Nintendo. Nintendo fucks it up anyway, so.
Nintendo. They just put their shit in weird places.
It's backwards. It's friggin' backwards.
Yeah.
to everybody else. It's like, why can't you not be normal? Like,
why can't you be like you used to be? What
Right.
happened to your old button layout? They're the
Right.
ones who created the freaking
I know.
layout that everybody's using.
So,
Well, actually, Sega might have done that one. I'd have to go back and look. But
right. But, so yeah, just, it's crazy of like how insane those kind of games have gotten. And people are not even playing the games. They're just getting so hyped by pulling the cards. And
well, it's like the loot box effect.
Yeah.
It releases the dopamine and makes you excited.
Right. So I did do a little bit of research for this podcast. I did look up what the rarest Pokemon card is supposed to be. ZenPho and I kind of went back and forth about this, but what I saw from one website. It's a Pikachu illustrated card that's worth about 50,000 K. $50,000.
Specifically, not Pokemon, Pocket Monster version.
Yes.
Yes, it has to be the Pocket Monster version of it. I don't know if it even has an English translation version.
I have no idea.
In case somebody doesn't know, Pocket Monster is Pokemon, but Japanese.
Japanese, yep.
I don't know why they ever changed it to Pokemon. I think I heard one point in time, but for the life of me, I can't remember.
So was it a Pocket Monster in the U.S.? and
No, Pocket Monster in Japan. And then when it came to the U.S., they changed it to Pokemon.
What?
Yeah.
I would think it would be the opposite way, because Pokemon sounds more like a Japanese name.
This is the same show that even as 5-year-old me was watching it.
Right.
You know, I remember the episode clearly where character Brock brings out freaking rice balls, goes, jelly donuts! And I remember sitting there as a 5-year going, that ain't a fucking jelly donut, what the hell?
And that's where ZenPho Sending started.
Yeah.
We just also watched WandaVision before this episode, and
God damn. God fucking... That can be a whole freaking thing on its own.
We might do a podcast after... actually, I think it's in like 2 weeks that WandaVision.
I thought they only had 9 episodes.
Right.
That would be 9 next week.
Next week, so...
It might...
So maybe we'll do a podcast not next week, but the week after, depending on scheduling and stuff. Because we do have some episodes in the works right now of some topics that we want to do.
Plus, we have the other content coming out as well, as I said at the beginning of this.
And we kind of want to put our focus towards that as well. So we might talk about WandaVision because we have been invested in it. I think that would be kind of cool for an episode just to talk about some of the stuff in there and whatnot, because it was a lot of twists and turns, and you know, thinking about it all week and then coming back to it on Friday, it was kind of interesting. So
I just want to see how they ended at this
point.
Because this episode missed a lot. Like,
yeah,
there's still a lot of cliffhangers from the last episode they need to wrap up.
I think there was... Yeah, there was some stuff that they needed to address and they didn't. I think they were trying to clarify everything right now. I think that was what they were trying.
Their clarification so far doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to see next week, and for you folks, probably the week after, of our opinions and stuff on it, as a whole. But yeah, so ZenPho and I actually play Magic, on our downtime.
Back to the cards.
Back to the cards, yes, sorry. Yeah, so we actually play Magic on our downtime. So, actually, ZenPho got me into Magic when we started hanging out with each other.
Yes, back when we first met.
Yeah.
Yes, that I did, because I'm an old school Magic player. I've been playing since, well, forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say since Magic first came out, because I don't know when it was actually created, but pretty early on in the life of Magic, at least as far as when it came to Maine.
Right.
I've been.
And it was kind of just nice, something for me and him to kind of do together. And I don't know, I like it. I enjoy, playing it with you. But I find that I like the online version a lot better than the
Really?
physical. Yeah, there's something. Maybe just because
you don't have to think as much on the online.
I don't have to think about it. Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I've played a lot of tournaments.
Right.
And so I'll see her do something. It's like, well, that would have disqualified you. Well, that would have disqualified you. Got to tap that first, then play your card.
Right. Yeah, there's just something simplistic, like, oh, it just auto taps everything, and I don't have to think about it. I just have to strategize on what I want to do and call it good.
See, I don't like that, and I know in Magic Arena there is a way to make it so it doesn't auto tap.
Right.
Or to change what the auto tap is, because there are times where I'll play a card and not think about the auto tap, and it will use land that I would have wanted to use someplace else. It's like, that's why I think the hands-on version, because I can kind of, or the physical version. Plus, back in the day when we could go outside and have fun.
And I think that's what it is. That I've been sorry.
Jesus, fuck. Okay, I'll just stop talking. Back in the day when we could actually go outside and have fun, it was a way to get to know your neighbors, get to know the other people in your community. You could go sit at a table with them and play for free, usually. Like, you just walk into a game store and be like, hey, who wants to play some Magic? And you'll have 10 dudes raise their hand and be like, I want to play some Magic.
Right. And I think that's part of the issue with me, is that because I only played with you so far, and maybe that's why I don't like the physical version. I am able to play with other people online if I choose to, and I have done a few ranked sessions.
Ranked matches?
Yeah. And I've gotten past the first tier, but that's about it.
See, that's another thing I don't like. Any game with a ranking system.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get into League. League was just kind of like, hey, you're at bronze? Well, no, wait, was it? Or, yeah, if you're at silver, that's, I think, the highest I ever gotten, and it's like, oh, you're at silver? You lose one match? Well, you're going back into bronze.
See, if it was like that, I would like it.
Right.
That's my issue with it, is that losing doesn't do anything. It's not like a tournament ranking where...
Right.
That, and it's not really... I don't know how they scale it either. Like, is it just based on how many wins you have? Is it based on the deck you're using? Like,
I'm not sure about Magic. I know in other games it's based off your win and loses. I know in Magic, so I know when so if you die in the first rank, you don't lose anything because you don't have anything to lose.
right.
But if you get to second rank, I think it's like 2 losses and then you go down a rank, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Don't quote me on that.
But if it's based on, like, your KO ratio, like...
Right.
I mean, you have games like Call of Duty where it's infamous for people to, prestige, like, fully prestige, create a new account, and then go in and, people actually just starting out can't get ahead because they have somebody who's played for years kicking their ass all the time. Which, I don't know. Which Magic, you can't, like, that wouldn't really work the same way. Cause
no, and I think that's also why I kind of like doing the ranked matches in Magic, because you don't necessarily have to be a veteran versus a beginner, because what happens is the thing gets reset every month, so you don't have to worry about some platinum person coming around and kicking your ass in one mission. Like, that was my biggest thing about.
They still could.
Right, but But that was my biggest thing in League, was that I used to play League with a lot of good players, and what would happen is I would get pretty much slaughtered because I didn't know the game, but everybody else did. So
get good, noob.
Right. I just didn't have the time to dedicate to the game like they did, so.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how I went with a lot of games. Like, I love Ark, but I could never get into the online just because I don't have the 12 hours you have to dedicate to taming something on an online server, only to have it get killed 6 hours in, and you have to go find another one and try. Yeah, it's just freaking. I have a life, people.
Right.
It's not much of one. It's pretty boring, but it's my life.
It's funny because we were talking about this on the way home. We were like, we need to stop watching so much YouTube, and we're like, the thing is, there's nothing else to do here.
That's true. Our job is very boring.
It's,
At least for me it is. You at least get some excitement with yours.
You realize I could do what I need to do in like 2.5 seconds? It literally just takes me 2 seconds to do the first part, and then 2 seconds to do the second part.
Right, but my point is you actually have something to do.
True.
Do you know how many times I've gone into that office, literally just sat there for 8 hours, done nothing? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm getting paid for it.
Right.
No room to really
And technically we are doing stuff, it's not, but it's not.
Oh, no, there are days I've literally done nothing.
Oh, that's true. I thought you were talking like a weekday.
No, on the weekend, there is nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Dead.
And there are times I've been half tempted to go set a server on fire just so I could have some fucking excitement.
Oh, God. Hopefully none of her.
We're going to have to bleep that part, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait, I'm editing, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Hey, ZenPho, bleep that fucking last part.
But, yeah, I've actually been tempted to bring in cards. Or, actually, Arena actually did have a mobile app. I just couldn't get it to work at work because our internet sucks.
I have played at work.
You have played at work?
Yes, I bring my tablet and I use it to remote into my computer and just play that way.
Trust us, people, we do have a job. We actually do work. It's just
I definitely have
work.
a job. I don't know about the work part. I definitely have a job.
People think we're just lazy people, probably.
Yeah, that's fine. We have a lazy job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, granted, like, it's frickin' IT. It's really not hard.
Oh, do you want to tell you the story about when we went Christmas shopping for one of your relatives and couldn't find what we were looking for?
Yeah, my nephew. So my nephew won football cards for Christmas this past year. The almighty 2020. Thou shalt not speak its name. Yeah, my nephew wanted football cards. So I thought, okay, cool. You know, football cards. Fucking, I didn't know football cards were a thing. Evidently they're a thing. He wanted them. Walmart, sold out. Target, sold out. So I'm thinking, shit, alright, how am I going to do this? Well, there's a card shop downtown here that specializes in sports cards.
Sports cards, yep.
It's actually kind of funny because it's one of those things, like it's an old store. You know this guy's been there for a while. He's got the old Marlboro logos on the wall. Like, this is like, people used to go in there, smoke, and play with their baseball cards, freaking. It's that kind of shit. So I go in there and shooting the shit with the guy for a minute. You know, I'm asking if he has any. He goes, yeah, I got a pack of 5 of them. What was it, like 40-something bucks? I was like, a pack of 5 for 40 bucks? Are you shitting me? He goes, I wish I wasn't. It's fucking ridiculous. And he starts telling us how people would come in there, do exactly what you said. They'd open them up right there. And some guys literally turn around to the person behind them and be like, hey, you want to buy this for 300 bucks? And yeah, the people would be fucking sitting right there selling them.
And they're going off the shelves faster and he can put them up.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know. For me, it shouldn't be... I don't like the whole money aspect behind trading cards. They're literally trading cards. You trade card for card. Maybe you trade 2 cards for 1 card because it's a rare. But the money aspect behind it is a little...
It's scummy in a way.
It is. It's like scalping.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Because,
especially
like I said, it's like stock trading to me. Like, you are buying something and then waiting for the price to go up in it, or
not even waiting for the price to go up.
Waiting for the price. You're just you have this card, and then you are then selling it again. That's stock trading there. Well,
see,
in lesser terms for it.
I'd compare it more to a loot box than anything, because you're getting a mystery. You don't know what's inside it.
Right.
And you open it up, and I mean, some of these cards, I don't understand where card value comes from, by the way. Like that, despite playing Magic for years, I do not understand the value.
It's just somebody who really wants that card.
But you have cards like Black Lotus that I don't even think it's legal to use anymore. That's still $100,000.
People want, like, they want the artwork. They want the pristine of it.
Well, that's the thing.
It's like owning. It's owning art. That's what it is.
And to an extent, I understand that.
Right.
But you can get the art separately for these things too. Like, if you contacted Wizards of the Coast and were like, I want a 10x10 poster of the Black Lotus card, here's $1,000, they'll probably be like, yeah, okay, here you go.
Right. Oh, that's the thing is, you know, Wizards of the Coast, do they also do Pokemon?
No.
Or Pokemon just does their own, it has their own company?
There is a company that does Pokemon. I don't remember what it is. Oh, yeah, that's right. Going back into the podcast here. Nintendo used to be a card company. Way back in the day.
And then they got their grubby hands on a CPU and a motherboard.
Pretty much, yeah.
Today, 3 posts in a row from 3 different gaming companies. It's like, Pokemon is coming out with a new game. But we're remastering it from an old game. And it's going to be like Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Do I need to look it up again?
I'm going to look it up after the podcast, yeah. This is a card podcast. I am now completely intrigued about a Breath of the Wild Pokemon style game.
So, yeah, that's...
Makes me kind of horny. I still haven't beaten freaking Sword and Shield yet.
Yeah, I think...
Well, technically I beat Sword and Shield. I haven't finished the Crown of Tundra yet.
I don't know, like, I think... To be honest, I never played Pokemon as a video game.
Blasphemy! Shame. Shame.
I'm sorry.
I need to get a cowbell.
Shame. Well, my video gaming experience was very limited. You okay?
I burped and I forgot to mute my thing, so I was trying to get you to stop. Continue.
So, yeah, I was very limited on what I could do for gaming at the time, and Pokemon was pretty much Pikachu and Super Smash Bros. That was it. To me.
I got my freaking Game Boy Color around somewhere, and I know for a fact I own Fire Red. Or not Fire Red, Red. I do own Fire Red too, but that's a different story for a different console.
Yep. So, I kind of do want to play them just to know what they were, but also I think I'm at the age too, like, if I do play them, like, I'm not going to have that same enjoyment if I were a kid.
I still enjoy them.
Well, yeah, but
You go around and throw balls at animals' heads and hope they stick. It's great.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. And I tried to get into Pokemon Go when it first came out. Like, it was a huge thing on campus. Like, I remember security, like, telling us that where I was working at the time on campus, they're like, do you guys know any way that we could block this game from our network so that random people don't show up on campus? And I'm like, nah, nope.
How about lock your network so random people can't use it?
No, so it was based off geo. So it didn't matter if... So you can just use your mobile data to get...
Then why was he...
Because he didn't truly understand how...
Oh, okay.
He was just wondering if there was a way to get rid of the Pokemon stops and the gyms off campus.
Yes.
Because we had two of them we had 2 gyms on campus, and then I think like 4 Pokestops. So people... And how our campus was a giant U.
Yeah.
So they would drive very slowly into the campus, get the Pokestops, maybe do a gym or 2, and then go out. But they weren't college students. They were your average Joe people that were just coming onto campus.
See, that's cheating to me.
Of Pokemon, using the phone, the car?
Yeah, using the car.
Like, yeah.
I mean, I understand to get from place to place, but if you're going to be playing the game, I mean, you're supposed to be... The whole point of it, well, was to make money. But the second point of it was to get you out walking around and, get people interacting, which is kind of scary.
I did open it. Yeah, I did open it once in Boston, and holy crap, I was like, what the hell am I looking at? There was just stops galore and gyms.
There was a long time businesses were petitioning to get themselves as Pokestops so people would come in and
which I get that that's good marketing and whatnot. But again, I'm just kind of like, I was at the point where I think the game was fun, but I didn't have any nostalgia to the franchise. And
I have the nostalgia for the franchise. I never got into Pokemon Go. I had to walk, like, where I live in a town. I don't want to say it's the middle of East Bitty Bumfuck. It's not. I used to live in the middle of East Bitty Bumfuck. When Pokemon Go came out, I live where I live now, and it's a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it's considered a city. I don't know how that one works. It shouldn't be.
Your town is considered as a city?
Yep, it's considered a city.
I consider my town a city, but I don't consider yours as a city.
Well, you don't live in a town. You live in a city. You live in the capital.
Right, but...
It's a city. Yeah, if you ever look at the sign, it's welcome to the city.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're going to have to bleep that. So, yeah, yeah, you were saying about Pokestops.
But yeah, anyway, there's a bunch of them downtown. I do not live in downtown. I live off the main roads in East Bitty, middle of East Bitty Bumfuck. And there is one Pokestop about half a mile up the road from my house.
So would you walk all the way up?
No. No, I would not. Which is where GPS spoofing comes into play. And then they blocked that.
Yep.
And they started banning people for it. And I stopped giving a shit.
It was beneficial to me at the college I went to because it was just nice to just walk around campus, get the Pokestops, and call it good. And my campus wasn't very big, so you could walk around the campus, and it was probably a mile around the whole campus. It was nice. It was enjoyable, but then they get like competitive, and it came out in summer, and I was living on campus during the summer. And then when my friends had came back, they're like, "Are you playing Pokemon Go? Are you playing Pokemon Go? Oh, we should do an event for this." I was part of a gaming club at the time. They're like, "We should do an event for this."
How the fuck you do an event for Pokemon Go?
It was not easy.
What the fuck you do? Hey, everybody, gather at the park and fucking...
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what we did. And then we asked people, "Are you team Mystic? Are you team Valor, or I don't know the other one."
I don't fuck.
I only knew Mystic because that was the team I was on. I only know Valor because I think that was the
are
other
you
team
team
that
Blue Balls? Are you team fucking Fire Crotch? Or are you team Vibrator? I don't know.
So yeah, and then it just got competitive with my friends about like whoever can get the like most Pokestops in one day because you only can spin it so many times in one session. So people are catching as many Pokemon, and then just like, this is not fun to me. It was fun during the summer when people weren't bothering me on this.
Right.
So why the hell am I still playing this game?
I mean, they could all get the same amount of Pokestops if they were in the same
Yeah.
location. There isn't a
Well,
set
someone
number.
would be sitting there at the common area and just spinning it.
Well, you can only spin it once.
Yeah, and that was the thing. He
No.
would keep...
No, that's what I mean. One person can only spin it once.
Right. And then it would reset itself, and then he would just sit there and wait for the spin to reset.
They've changed that. Yeah, it's 24 hours between the time you spin it the first time and the time you can spin it again.
I don't remember how much the time...
But anybody can spin it once a day
and
get the stuff from it.
I don't know. There was a point where I just gave up, and like, this is not fun to me anymore.
Right.
But
that's how I feel with most games I play.
But yeah, the only game that I'm really into is Yu-Gi-Oh! No, let me take that back. The only card game franchise I was interested in at the time was Yu-Gi-Oh! And the only thing I really wanted in my life was the 3 God cards. That's it. That's all I wanted out of my life.
3 God cards?
I don't remember her names anymore.
The only God card I know of came in 5 pieces, and it was fucking Exodia.
No, there was 3 Egyptian God cards. There was a blue one that Kaiba had, the red one that...
This must have been later.
Yeah, this is later in the season, and it's not... I believe the original cards are banned now.
Probably. I'm pretty sure Exodia is banned, too.
Yeah.
I think Exodia was banned the day it came out.
Well, and also in the anime, like, some guy just filled his entire deck with Exodia cards so that he was just guaranteed a chance of getting all 5 pieces in his hand.
Really?
Yeah. That was one of the episodes. It was like one of the first competitions in a tournament. It was...
I thought the whole thing in the anime was that there was only one set of Exodia cards. And Yugi had them.
No, so what... It was impossible to get all 5 Exodia cards in one.
No, in the very early episodes, it was Yugi was the only one who had all 5 Exodia.
Maybe they reprinted them. I don't know. But I remember one of the episodes was that some guy in the first tier of the tournament was trying to summon Exodia by just filling his whole deck with pieces of Exodia. Because of course he didn't have any monsters, so what he would do is summon a leg, and you would be like, well, you have the pieces. Why are you not actually summoning Exodia? So, and that was also another thing, is that one of the people threw Yugi's
cards off the ship.
Yeah.
I remember that episode.
Yeah. It's one of the first ones.
Yeah, but he got them back.
No, he didn't. They were wet.
Yeah.
And destroyed.
No, he did get them back.
But he didn't use them in the tournament.
No, he didn't, because they were still wet.
Because Joey ended up getting red eyes, and Yugi ended up just using Dark Magician the entire time. And parts of his...
I thought Joey's big thing was the Elder Dragon, whatever the fuck it was called.
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
No.
Oh, he had a time card in his hands. He had Baby Dragon.
Yeah, Baby Dragon and Time Wizard. You fuse them together and it made...
some Elder Dragon. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I thought that was his big card.
And then Kaiba's was
zenphothewise Ultimate.
Yeah, dragon.
I remember Pegasus's thing. Oh, Toon World was his
yeah,
fucking
Toon
thing.
World. And there was another person who used Toon World, but not as good. It was sort of weird. Yes, I did watch all episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh!
I watched like the first season, I think.
Yeah.
I think I tried to get back into it during the, was it GX or GTX?
Okay, so I did not watch those ones.
I tried to get back into it around then, and it was just weird. Something to do with them being in school, learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like fucking... The fuck kind of school teaches how to play Yu-Gi-Oh?
The only episode I like was the first episode, where apparently they couldn't get the original actor of Yugi, so they brought back the guy who played the Pharaoh instead as adult Yugi, talking to the guy who was going to the school. It was super weird.
That's an... I don't remember. What did they call the card game in the anime?
Duel Monsters.
Was it called Duel Monsters?
It was called Duel Monsters because there was another... So there was a season in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Called Duel Capsules, which they had like these gauntlets on their hands, and they would shoot monsters out of their hands.
I remember gauntlets, but I don't remember the capsules. I remember like they had gauntlets where they still played the card on them.
Right. But no, there was another, like, this season. If you didn't see the season where the guy who used filler for his deck, I don't think you've seen the season, because it's, like, in between that tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, so I didn't watch GX. I tried to, and couldn't get into it. I tried 5Ds. I think I watched one.
Jesus Christ! No, this is supposed to be family friendly here. We don't go talking about the fucking pornos. That's for another episode.
Yeah, we need to do that kind of. But
Notice
yeah.
I also said this was family friendly. I'm sitting here fucking swearing like a fucking pirate every other fucking word. Hi. Hey kids, how's it going?
So
I'm fucking ZenPho. What's your name?
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, I didn't get into much of the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. I think I watched the collab where they brought in the 5Ds guy and the GX and Yugi, and they're like, let's join forces. And
Wait,
then,
all these took place during the same time period?
no, so that was the whole thing about that, was that apparently no, the 5Ds and the GX people went back in time to Yugi's time during like a tournament arc, and yeah, it's super weird.
Okay, I want whatever the creators of that show were smoking. I just want all of it. Just fucking, I don't care. Name your price.
Yeah.
Fucking, I will send you my address.
And then I watched the movie that came out a few years ago of Yu-Gi, of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was the original Yugi and Kaiba, and it was good. It made me cry. It was good.
I didn't even know there was a fucking movie, so.
Yeah. We'll probably have to watch that first.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh. Any final thoughts?
No. Fucking people stop paying so much for these damn
Right.
cards, and you know what's gonna happen? Price is gonna drop.
Mm-hmm.
It's all supply and demand. If there is no demand, they ain't worth shit. That's my only final thought.
Judo.
Alright, so thank you all for joining us tonight. I've been your host, ZenPho.
I've been your other host, Meg.
And what do you guys think about this? Do you think that the card shortage is a big deal? Do you not care?
If you don't care, just don't watch that. Please
No.
do watch this video.
If you don't care, well, actually, yeah. If you don't care, I'm surprised you made it this far in. So yeah, go ahead if you want. Give this video a like. You can go ahead and subscribe. I'm not going to give any more information because all that shit's changing next week, but the channel will be the same. Just a different name, so don't be surprised by that.
Alright. Bye!
Bye!